But did he just kill you? No, no, no.
Hello, it's MattiAce. So I'm on the test server here, and parts of the upcoming optimization patches are actually online already here. They've been for a while, and quite a lot of people know about it. There is quite a fight going on at the moment here at
This game
Crown.
has so
Right
much.
now I think there is a little bit more than 2 squads from each faction, and lately I've been running MSI Afterburn in the background as I play Planetside 2. It gives me and you viewers an idea about how much my graphics card is actually working in the current situations. So I'll quickly explain the numbers here. Now the first number on the left side, up on the top left side, is around 55, 56. It is the temperature of my graphics card, and it's measured in Celsius. Now just to let you guys know, 55 degrees Celsius equals 131 degrees Fahrenheit. Thank you Google for that. The next number is GPU usage in percentage. It's around 50, and that basically means that my graphics card is working at half its capacity at this moment. The next number is my fan speed, and also in percentage it's working at 40%, and obviously my drivers don't see the need of having the fans running faster. And the last number is power consumption, and that one is actually just necessary for people that work with overclocking, I think. But yeah, I have it because I used to overclock a little bit in the past. So on the next row we have what I think most of you guys find the most interesting, and I think it is the most important number. It is the frames per second. As you can see, it is somewhere between 60 and 80 most of the times. Right now I'm not in the heat of the battle though, and most of the fighting is actually going on outside of my minimap, or at the edge of where my minimap is. So when I get into the buildings of the crown, my FPS drops a little bit, but not as much as I would have thought, and not as much as it does on the live server. I'm below 60, which is never a good thing, but again, going outside, it peaks up to 80, and sometimes it even hits the roof of my cap, which is 90. I never go above 90, that's where I have set my cap. Now one of the new features that you can find here on the test server is a new option in the graphics settings called smoothing, which is located under render distance in the graphics tab. This thing smoothing is an FPS limiter, and it's set to 60. And it's actually the same thing that you've always had in the game. It's just that the only way you have been able to access it is by opening the user options ini file and write whatever number you want in that. And that's what I've done here. I have the number 90. I think the default is 200 or something, which is a little bit of a crazy number. There's, in my opinion, no reason to have 200 frames per second ever in a first-person shooter, but that's me. Now you may have also noticed that I have a quite strange resolution. I have a 16 by 10 monitor, and the resolution is 440 by 900. And it's a bit of an old monitor, and it's one of the things that I need to upgrade as soon as I can. My graphics quality is at medium, and everything else is on low or off, except for particles, which is set to high. And these graphic settings are only set the way they are set in order for me to have as good performance as possible, but also to be able to see the tracers when I'm flying and shooting with my ESF. And the things that decide whether or not I can see the traces good is graphic settings on medium and particles on high. I've covered that in the past, but for you guys who don't know it, now you know. Now there's also going to be some balance changes. Harassers are going to be nerfed. I think they already are on the test server. And also anti-vehicle weapons are supposed to be less effective against infantry players. I really hope they will cover the stationary AV turrets as well. There are also some other changes that are on the test server at the moment. These contrails behind my ESF are they're more visible, and there's more of them, but they're also quite buggy at the moment. You might be able to see it after this dogfight, but I'm not sure if the quality of this video is going to be high enough once I upload this on YouTube. The codecs of YouTube compressed the video quite heavily. I'm not sure why they actually changed the contrails unless they did it for performance issues, but yeah, what do I know? And another thing that they have changed a bit is the light settings, or the brightness of the night cycle. It's just a lot darker, and here even though it may not be as dark as I'm trying to describe it, is because my brightness is set to like somewhere between 50 and 60, and I never really have the brightness that high normally. So now these brightness settings that are supposed to make nighttime darker are a bit buggy. As we've been playing around on Indar, we have sometimes flown into an area where it gets almost as bright as daytime, only to quickly fly into another area where it's nighttime and with a new darkness again. And yeah, by the way, here you can see all these contrails. So now, aside from the performance boost that we're going to get from the optimization patch, I think the biggest changes that we're going to see in the near future is the nerf to the harasser, and especially in the combination with they are nerfing the anti-vehicle weapons against infantry players. There's something I've been using a lot is the halberd. So now in my opinion, I think it makes perfect sense that you can one-shot an infantry player with a weapon like the halberd. It's a weapon with very slow fire rate, and it requires a precise aim to hit the targets. It seems to me that Sony Online Entertainment disagree with that. That's the kind of balance change that we've seen in the past. How SOE prefers it if you can get a lot of kills by missing the targets instead of getting a kill when you actually hit the target. I'm sure it makes perfect sense somehow. So please let me know what you think about the video. I'm grateful for feedback, and I'm really hoping that I haven't provoked anyone. It's not my intention. And we'll see how many downvotes I get on Reddit. But yeah, thank you for watching, and bye for now.